Hey guys, welcome back to Wheeling the Rig with myself, Lieutenant Mandy Collins, and the new Division Chief Alan Butsch, as always. But again, congrats since I get to see you in person today.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations on that lieutenant promotion. That's
Uh,
great.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's still early yet, so I don't have my vote telling you what I really think yet.
Fair enough.
I'll let you know.
I'm sure you will.
So yeah, it's good seeing you because obviously I guess it was last month, we had our remote show and it's working out the kinks, right? 1075.
Yeah, there were some opportunities for improvement. How about that?
Yeah, but we're working on it, and those guys are busting their hump. So we'll give them some grace. Today here we're going to be talking about the Station 14 cistern, just to give you an update on everything that went through with that. We have a little video to show you for its capabilities that Chief Bush went down there or up there, I guess. Took a look at that, did a little drill, and then spoke with who was it? Was it the president, chief of was it?
Yeah, it was the chief and the treasurer at
Okay.
Upper Montgomery that President Haller and Dave, who really kind of shepherded that project through. And then
Right.
Chief Graham wasn't able to be there that day, but obviously he was.
Down at Holy Cross.
Yeah,
Doing his-
well, he was pretty instrumental in getting that done too. But
Yeah.
all three of them, I think, did a really good job of noticing a need in their community and addressing it. And yeah, so we did want to talk about it just because it's kind of weird. It's an above ground static source. So we think about drafting. We always think about drafting from something that's
Right.
below us.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
actually above us, so it's just a little different. So
But you're
that's
still
why.
drafting.
But you're
It's
still
not,
drafting.
You're not getting any like positive pressure coming from that. As soon as you open it up, there's nothing coming out. Right.
So there's a little bit of head pressure
Okay.
because there is a height, but it's only about 13 pounds.
Okay. So
So it's
not really. Yeah.
best way I have to describe it is, think about your booster tank and your pumper, right? So that's a little bit above the level of the pump. So there's a little bit of head pressure coming through that tank to pump valve.
Right.
This is just a big booster tank.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, I guess we'll start off by taking a look at that, and then after we get finished looking at that, and again, you guys know, feel free send in the questions for us so we can try and answer them. I guess after that we'll go ahead and look at the new mobile air unit 716, which just got placed in service last month. I think it was it last
I think
month?
it's been a couple
It's
of
been
months, but not long.
not long. But we're going to get into a video on that and talk about that a little bit because it's got a lot of new stuff on there that I think a lot of people around the county just don't know about and aren't aware about. And I think with all the fires and stuff we've been running lately, I think it's good to know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, without further ado, we'll take a look at the Station 14 cistern.
All right, so welcome to another episode of Wheel in the Rig. We're up here in Upper Montgomery behind Fire Station 14. So part of today's episode, we're going to talk about the new cistern that's to the rear of Fire Station 14. You can see it behind me. This was dedicated in the fall of 2025, and it holds 130,000 gallons, and it cost about the same as a underground buried cistern that only holds 30,000 gallons. So huge bang for the buck. We're going to talk a little bit later to the folks at Upper Montgomery that were instrumental to putting this in, but just some quick information about it. So 130,000 gallons. At the base, you'll see behind me, there's a 6-inch male national standard thread. That's what our units will be hooking up to later to make the connections to fill tankers. If you're looking at it, you might be, well, how does this do in the wintertime? So it does have 2 heaters on it. There's one at the connection itself that keeps that from freezing. And there's also a bubbler that circulates the water inside. And there's also a heater that keeps the water above freezing level on the inside. So later on, we're going to see a tanker fill itself because that might have to happen early on in an incident. And then we'll have Rescue Engine 714 hook up and set up a normal tanker fill site. And we'll talk about how they establish their draft and all that stuff. So just wanted to do a quick intro on what we're doing today, and thanks for tuning in. All right, so we're up here in Poolsville at the rear of Fire Station 14, and what we're doing now is simulating that a tanker has gone ahead and dropped its load, whether they pumped it off or dumped it off at the incident scene, and they've had to come back, and the 6th engine has not arrived yet, and the tanker is going to have to fill itself. So it's a little different, so we want to run through the process. You can see that there's a hard sleeve that's carried in the container over there. That's pre-staged. This makes it easier for the tanker driver. He has to operate by himself. So then they hook up to the cistern. There's a 6-inch threaded connection there. Makes it really easy. And then at the other end, you'll note that they had to take off the PIV to make this work. And then he's going to have to find his 6-inch double feed valve, which is, you know, a pretty important adapter to have in the rural environment anyway, because a lot of our dry hydrants do terminate in male 6-inch threads. All right, so we've got a 6-inch double female. And you can see that he's making sure the connections are tight. At this point, he's going to put it in the pump here. Probably best practice to open up the OS and Y. You can go ahead and start opening that. So we open up the OS and Y from the tank. You can see the water starting to come down. So very easy to get the draft established because there's a little bit of head pressure coming out of the tank. So there's exactly 13 pounds when the tank is full. It's about 33 feet tall. And then at this point, he's going to rev up and he's going to open up his tank fill. All right, so can't really tell on this particular piece, but some of our pieces with an intake gauge that shows it, you're going to see a little bit of head pressure. This one, of course, isn't as doesn't read as easily, but pretty easy to draft. Wasn't that hard for 2 people to hook it up, and this works pretty well. All right, so as you can see, it hasn't taken long to fill. That's the advantage of using the pump. We have tried filling this off at head pressure directly to the tank fill in the rear and through a 4-inch line. And when we got to the 7-minute mark, we just stopped because at that point it wasn't effective or efficient. So this is a much better way to do stuff. And you can see, shut the keystone valve there. We're going to go ahead and drain it. All right, so pretty good introduction to the notion that a tanker might have to fill itself in the early minutes of an incident. Of course, the preference would be that the 6.2 engine has established the fill site right there at the cistern, and I think the next video here is going to show that operation. And that's really no different than what we've been doing with that 6.2 engine. It's just they're drafting out of a big booster tank instead of a pond, or you know, something subterranean.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
All right, so we can go ahead and roll that. Oh, sure. So we wanted to give the folks that were pretty instrumental in putting this into operation a chance to talk about why they did what they did and how they did it. So President Haller and Dave Morgul from Upper Montgomery. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name earlier. I was having a senior moment, but
Got a lot of stuff going on right
yeah,
now.
just a little
busy.
bit. But you know, obviously the administration up there at Upper Montgomery saw a need, and it's great that they did this. Yep.
Video from them, and then back to the engine company.
Should be. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we're here with Heather Haller, who's the president of Upper Montgomery, and Dave Morgul. They're kind of the guiding forces behind the installation behind us, and I just wanted to ask you guys kind of how this all came about. Like, where did you get the idea? Who did you contact? How did all that work?
So we saw that the tank was, there were tanks out there that were holding fluids and water, and we drove around and started investigating, and we did some knocking during COVID. People didn't want to talk to us at first, but we got their attention, and we got the information and reached out to the company down in Texas, and we went from there. Dave was the biggest part of putting it together.
We saw it at Crossfires.
Okay.
And the county had already approved it and everything else, and if it worked there, it would work for us.
Sure. So that's the golf club right
Yeah.
down in Poolesville. Yeah.
So we looked at that. We really liked it. We could put 130,000 gallons above ground cheaper than we could put 30 in the ground.
That's right.
So that was a big decision.
4 times the water.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no water up here. We thought it was a great thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it was actually less than putting it in the ground.
Wow. If you don't mind sharing, how much did the project cost?
Just under $500,000.
Okay, so 500,000 for the site prep, the concrete.
Everything, concrete, you know, the footers, everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you did some comparative work to look at the underground cistern at 30,000, and that would have been about the same cost.
Yes, 30,000. Yeah, actually it was more.
Gotcha.
It was that was just the cost to put it in the ground. We weren't talking about digging out the parking lot and everything to do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you don't know what kind of rocks underneath here or all that.
Right.
Lot of
Yeah,
shale.
they actually had to test the ground before it could go in. Yeah.
So anybody that's considering doing this, do you have any lessons learned or things that you wish you would have done differently?
Have Dave be your project manager.
One of the things I can explain here,
Yep.
around this ring here, footers go down 5.5 foot
Okay.
to be able to withhold this weight of this thing.
Gotcha.
And they're all the way around it. And then we used heavier concrete than actually the engineer said.
Okay.
Next heavier concrete is 50 cents a yard.
Mm-hmm.
We know what kind of problem we've had with concrete around the county and everything else.
Right.
When I was negotiating with the concrete guy and the builder, and I said, well, it's 50 cents a yard more. He said, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll give it to you.
Fantastic.
So we went, with the heavier concrete. It's 5,000. You can put the tanker, a tower, and everything else on it, and it's not gonna break.
Yeah.
And what you see here is condensation. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then there is a heater. Do you want to explain the heater?
Yeah, the heater is right there, the red box and everything else that goes in there and everything else. It has to maintain the water at 42 degrees. There's a liner inside of it. The liner will last 35 years. But the alarm system and everything else, the county said we had to have an alarm on it. I did not want to dig this parking lot up, or if I cut across here, I would run into life safety water or whatever, so it's remote. Not to put it in the station or whatever, so it would get confused with the fire alarm or anything else. It comes off of the building down there where the chief's office is, it shoots up here, remote, and it rings down its central alarm for the county. So when it goes off, they know to get somebody up here. Hey, the power's off on the cistern.
Yep.
So if you're looking to put them in elsewhere, it's very important that you have your internet connections, camera systems for safety.
Well, and power too, right?
Well, power, that's a given.
One of the things I've thought about, Chief, and I don't, have to get engineers and stuff to look at it. What if you put solar panels on the top of it?
Yeah, I have no idea what
I don't know if that
calculation
would generate enough. I'm not
Right.
smart enough or whatever to
Right. It's a good
figure
thought.
that out, but it would be a good question to ask somebody,
Yeah.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
All right. Well, very good. Thank you for your time, and thank you for having the vision to think about this and put it into action.
Yeah,
I think
Right.
it's super awesome.
yeah,
We just took our grant monies and this is how we built it,
Yep.
yeah.
to give back to the citizens and, to help fire and rescue, to be a partner in fire and rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So, I guess for me, I don't know if you have any questions that came up yet, if you got anything.
I think they were asked and answered. Mike Haggerty wanted to know the ballpark cost of the tank, and I think they just went over that, about half a million.
Yeah.
Is the county considering doing more of these at other places? I know Chief Graham, not to speak for him or steal his thunder, but I think they do have a campaign in mind to place more in their area.
Okay.
But obviously, it's not as expensive as the underground,
Right.
but it is significant,
Right.
right? So I don't think that'll be instantaneous. And then the last one, does this cistern help the ISO rating in that area? So it does help. Right now, our ISO rating for areas without hydrants is a class 4.
Okay.
But part of that is you got to have accredited water source within a certain distance of the
Right.
residence that's being insured or the business. And so this does count as accredited water source, so it does help.
So more of those coming up at some point. Obviously, will help that ISO rating and probably some folks with their insurance bills or whatnot up
Right.
there. But I guess I have two questions. Well, one you already answered. I said, well, when they run out, and you said a pool company or somebody will come fill it, right? Is it? I guess for looking at money wise, and then we can just talk about budget and stuff like that. Is that then funded through us, through like fire rescue, Montgomery County government, or is that something that the corporation does, or do we even know yet since we haven't?
Yeah, no,
that.
good question. So actually, the county does have a contract with a water company
Okay.
to refill cisterns that we use for fire suppression purposes.
Okay.
So this isn't the only cistern in the rural environment that we have,
Just the
just the biggest.
biggest and the one that's above ground.
Right, the biggest and the prettiest.
Right, right. And then that was going to lead to my second question. So with this above ground cistern, and I know obviously you didn't have the reins in this, but with talking with them, what kind of maintenance are they looking like? Is there much maintenance to this that it's going to have any upkeep besides just the general things that might break down here or there? Like,
Yeah, great question. Not sure I know the answer to that completely, other than making sure the electricity stays on in the wintertime.
yeah,
And actually, this winter was probably a great
Oh, yeah.
test, because this was,
Brutal.
it was brutally cold for weeks on end, and this thing never had a problem.
Okay.
So it didn't freeze, and I think that would be the biggest thing to worry about.
all right. So far so good.
Yep.
Keep them coming. And I guess we're going to go back to another video of you, Chief.
Yep, we're going to look at the engine, setting up the fill site
Okay.
like they normally would, and just taking the suction off the off the cistern there.
All right.
All right, so engine 714, or rescue engine 714 is here. They're taking the role of the fill site engine. Again, they hooked up the hard sleeve. You can see it filled very rapidly, and Master Firefighter Metz is establishing his draft there. If you have a bleeder valve on your intake, like with this MIVs, pretty easy to open that, and you'll see all the air come out of it.
The other side is ready for the drainer.
And then you can see he didn't even have to pull the primer. He's already got positive pressure on his discharge gauge. So he's achieved his draft without any hassle at all. So it's probably best practice there is just go ahead and open the valve at the cistern, open up the bleeder on the MIV, let all the air just get pushed out, open the MIV, and pretty darn easy. So they're setting up on the other side. We'll look at what they've done there in a minute or two. All right, so this side of the rig, you guys good?
Yeah. Good.
All right, so Captain Green and the crew here have set up what our SOP says to do. So if we remember, we want to have 2 fill lines. Each are capable of filling at 1,000 gallons per minute. The best way to do that is, of course, the LDH discharge to the manifold. We've got the slow close manifold up here. That's standard issue with all of the new pumpers. We don't like the quarter turn valves anymore because they're a little bit more finicky. But using the long and short line, we can bring 2 tankers in at once. We're only going to fill one at a time, but the second one we can make the connection to, and we're not wasting time braking, getting another tanker into position, etc. So.
Got Captain Green on this one again too, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, it's gonna just give him another chair over here and have him hang out.
That's true. They did a great job that day. Him and Jeff Metz and the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I saw Chad and Matt Stevens on there. I see you guys. I see you looking good on the camera. Come to take my spot here. Come on. So pretty neat stuff. Any questions that you got as far as?
One more came in from Leatherhead 13. I'm not sure who that is, but they said they'd like to know the filling procedure for the tank. So didn't point that out in the video, but if you looked at that main valve to the right of that, up above a little bit was a 4-inch Storts connection, and that's the fill port from the tank.
Okay.
So there's an adapter on there. If the pool water company that comes to fill it doesn't have Storts, then it's a national pipe thread fitting, and most of them carry that.
Okay.
So they can just pump right into that, and it kind of goes up and over and in.
So and I guess as far as pressure and as far as it filling up, there's just they did it once, obviously, because it's full, so there isn't really any issue with as far as any problems with that for it being such a large capacity of water.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw 200 pounds to it, but it's an open butt, and 50 pounds would be fine. And most of those kind of pool water trucks, it's like a little lawnmower engine that's running like a 250 or 500 GPM pump. So they're not really capable of developing very high pressures.
Yeah, I know it takes a while. I've had mine filling up before, so it takes them a minute.
Right.
So neighbors aren't usually too happy when it backs up traffic on the main road, but
probably not.
All right, so that's the new cistern at Station 14. obviously, thanks again to the guys at 14 for helping out, and obviously the corporation for making that happen.
Yep.
Excitement up there for you guys in the woods and the sticks. And I guess now, if you don't have anything else, we can kind of switch gears a little bit, and I guess we're kind of going to get into the new mobile air unit,
That's right.
716. Been a lot of talk. You know, we had a little conversation before earlier as far as, you know, this weather's been pretty hot, pretty brutal.
Yep.
So with this new mobile air unit, there is some rehab capabilities that are involved with that as well. So might take a little bit off of Rehab 726. I guess some things are maybe in the work for that. But right now, I think, as we were speaking earlier, the biggest concern is the heat. And the mobile air unit, or I'm sorry, not the mobile air unit. See, that's why I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them all screwed up. The rehab unit is still. They still want on the working fire calls for that AC component, right?
Right.
But you said there is something coming down for policy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's no secret. Part of one of my goals is the ops chief is to make sure that we're making a more regular effort in terms of decontamination and rehab
Yep.
at incident scenes. So
Yep.
most of the time when that's an issue is on our structure fires, but
Sure.
it could be applicable to hazmat calls or any other thing that requires people to work really hard or be in an environment like today where it's really, really nasty hot.
Right. Right.
So right now we're staffing the rehab unit with a dedicated driver when the temperature is expected to be sustained. You know, like today where all outdoor activities were canceled and it's going to be like that for a while.
Okay.
But going forward, both the air units will be equipped with rehab equipment. And the notion would be that whatever unit's closest, if there's a RID or there's a reason that the incident commander would believe that he's going to need to establish a rehab sector, that one of those units is going to go. And obviously, the devil's in the details, and we'll have to push out some more definitive direction. But that's where we're going.
Work in progress right now.
Work in progress.
So just
But
be patient, give them some grace, and hopefully we'll get it hashed out real soon, right?
yeah, and
But
we equipped the air unit with the rehab stuff. I didn't want to hold up equipping it for the policy, and the same thing with the rehab unit.
Right.
So they're out there, and the policy just has to catch up with the equipment.
right.
But I could say a couple words about the air unit. So one of the things that we were looking at apparatus before I left, and I know Chief Pezos is continuing in this, is I mean, it's no secret apparatus is just getting more and more expensive,
Yes.
right? So Air Unit 16 was bought by Silver Spring back in, it was probably ordered in 1994-ish, and it was a 95 or 96 chassis.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about it. I think it's in the video. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's,
been there for a minute.
Yeah, it was pretty old.
Yeah. R.I.P. Bob Burrows.
Yes.
That was his baby.
That was his baby. But when we had it at CMF, we're like, man, the box is in perfect shape. And then when I went out and quoted some new air units, like I had a little bit of sticker shock, right?
What?
Because they were approaching $1 million.
Really?
Really. Wouldn't lie to you.
Wow.
So we're like, well, what happens if we take the box off and put it on a new chassis? And, what kind of money could we save? So we were able to do the remount and the reconfiguration of the box on Air 16. And then Air 33 is going through, not the same scope, but
yeah.
a little bit of refreshment. And we were able to do both units for about $800,000,
Oh, okay.
which is
That's
significant.
Yeah.
Significant.
Absolutely.
And I think it turned out pretty well. So the folks over at DPC did the work.
Yep.
And I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. And we were able to use those funds for some other project, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
support it.
It definitely has a lot of stuff on it. We'll throw the video out here, and you guys can check it out.
Sounds good.
Hey, folks, we're here at Station 16 with Lieutenant Joe King today, taking a little peek at the air unit. As you know, the air unit was pretty dated before, right? Or the old one was what, like, I don't know.
Early 90s.
I was going to say that thing's been here for a long time.
Yeah, I think early 90s.
Yeah. So it's been out for what? About a year?
It was about a year that it was out for rehab.
Okay, and completely rehabbed. So just going to go over a couple things with it, but before we go look at it, as far as the process, you were pretty much involved in this, right? That's why we got you here today.
Yeah, there was a committee with pretty much 4 of us. I was the person from the firehouse that was on it, just kind of keep up with the station,
Okay.
pass on information, kind of deal like that.
And the who rehabbed it? Was it
DPC.
Is that our normal vendor, or is that a?
They're a pretty big vendor. I don't know if that's our normal rehab vendor, but they're a big vendor that we take a lot of stuff to.
Okay.
And they're once they're getting ready to get Air Unit 733 to rehab also. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I know this one was well overdue. Not that you guys are probably too excited about it here, but now the checkoff for this one. Now the people that were checked off on Air 16 before. Is it now a completely different checkout, and you have to get completely recertified?
Yep. Yeah, it's a whole different process now. It's not a lengthy process, especially if you're already a current. There's a new packet for new drivers, and then there's a quick little check off, like an incumbent kind of packet for current drivers. It takes a different designation in telestaff. It's MAU-716 versus AR-16.
Okay.
Just because outside of the air capacity or the air filling capacity, there's a whole bunch more. Capability. There's a whole bunch more inventory rehab stuff that you need to kind of refresh yourself on before you drive it.
Okay. All right. And then as far as staffing for this now, how are they? Obviously, it just came back and it's just in service. So what are they looking at for staffing? It's still just one person?
No. So with this being somewhat having the rehab portion of it too, they don't want this thing to go out with less than 2 people.
Okay.
So
all right, good.
it's staffing. It's going to go out the door with 2 people. They're leaving up to the station officers to figure out how we staff it on a daily basis, as long as we have with 2 people. This go around now, things have lightened up with ambulances on details. And so we can we'll attach a unit to the call with the air unit. That way our units don't get another call. I think they're working on a process to kind of dependently staff it with other units. But basically we could send 1 unit with it. It'll take 2 people. Obviously if we're in an EMS surge, don't take the ambulance attached to it, attach maybe the engine or the truck. 2 more weeks, we have our 4th. So then we also have the ability to do E3, T3, and we can still stay in staff with 3, 3, and 2. Not a concrete answer. Gives it up to us for decisions as long as we get out the door with 2 people.
Okay. But at least a lot better than what it was for. Because I know it was, for folks who didn't know, it was a bit of a gray area, I want to say, when the air unit would be dispatched on a call prior to, and then just trying to figure out between ECC and whoever was here at the station on how to staff it. So something coming down the pipes for that. So that's good. And then I guess the other question I have for you with this, is this going to be mutual aid to PG as well?
I'd imagine. It hasn't yet. It's been in service 5, 6 weeks now, and it hasn't ran a call yet. So we still, as long as it's on C shift, not our shift. But no, as far as I know, I'd imagine it can go over to PG. It used to. I feel like they now have one, so it doesn't go over that often. And they have a much bigger rehab unit as well. So I don't see it going over to PG that much, but it can.
Okay. All right.
It has in the past, so I would imagine that would still hold true now.
Right on. Well, we'll take a look. So I see already that we already talked about they did a new, you said new cab,
new cabin, new chassis.
chassis.
And then they rehabbed the box. So it is the old box. They made some improvements on the inside, compartment-wise. The second one back is now a traverse compartment, where before it wasn't.
Okay.
And obviously repaint, made it look better, cleaned up the diamond plate.
Def.
Yep.
So I guess they adjusted it somehow. So now I guess everything has to be once it gets rehab.
Yep.
Now it's just all has to
everything
have
on here is essentially that M2 chassis that everything in the all the ambulances are. So it's the same chassis and everything as the ambulances. So inside cab wise, all the controls and everything are identical to that M2 chassis. So driving the ambulance to driving this would be the same. All your controls are the same place. So same thing with the fuel and the DEF fluid.
All right, so looks like in here just pretty basic, just some lighting, right?
Yeah, we got some lighting. So we have a big tent that we can put up for rehab. So the thought process is having some fans and lights to help air movement inside the big tent at night operations. So just some simple lights. We have a fan that's supposed to be in there. One's out of the shop right now, so we kind of moved one over.
Okay.
But
so
there
usually
should be,
fans in here
yeah,
too.
there's one big fan.
Okay.
The Super Vac fan, same one that we carry on the trucks and the squads.
Okay.
It's supposed to be in there, help air movement inside the tent, and then light for night operations.
All right.
Pretty
generator?
simple.
Generator on this thing?
Yes, it does have an onboard generator. It's got
8K.
the Harrison 8K hydro generator. It's a big generator because it has to be enough to power the compressor for the filling station.
But other than that, obviously fans, lights, and things that you're going to end up using for the rehab are all going to be pretty much battery powered.
The same light tower that we have on the specials.
Okay.
It's on here as well, so that can go up and light up the scene as needed as well.
All right, and then what is this, a big thing of soap?
Soap and water. So
I was right. Okay.
Yep.
So decon.
Yep. So part of it. So this is a lot of the rehab decon equipment. So we have these big black and blue things are missing fans. The blue can fill up all with water, and then the fans actually protruded in here. Let me take that real quick.
Oh, it's empty.
So their unit has two of these misting fans. We basically fill this blue tank up with water, and it's got a tube that'll basically draw water and blow missing or ill mist water at people. So part of rehab or decon, we can have some sort of cooling capability if needed for our people. So we have two of these on the unit.
Okay.
And a lot of this stuff is also in the new Rehab 726 as well. They're kind of all the same. The only thing I am under the impression, the only thing that is different between our inventory of Rehab and decon out of Rehab 726 is the big Sumar tent. But everything else we have here, it's the same stuff that's on there.
Yeah, we'll see that on the other side, and it is apparently gigantic, so we're not going to set that up today. But we'll talk about it when we get over there. And then I see heaters.
Yep. So we have two heaters, same thing for the tents, right? So we have the fan to cool in the summertime, and we have two little space heaters for the wintertime to kind of help warm up the Sumar tent if people are inside operating on it.
All right, cool. Nice.
Yep. And then same thing with the other stuff. There's a portable potty if we need it, or portable toilet, not a potty.
Please no, don't get that out.
Portable toilet if that's something they want.
Those serve and sense pens are going to kick in because I'm not cleaning that.
No, I'm not either. He who uses it has to clean it. And then we got some benches.
All right, so fans, soap, water, benches, heaters for the wintertime, a potty. We're trying to keep right in that bag. And then is this just
a garden hose that we can use. Garden hose and some adapters to go from our normal fire hose to garden hose that we can fill up the filling station. Hand washing stations too. It goes on the black stand. You can basically leave this open, wash your hands. You got some soap there. So pretty simple, just bag full of accessories to be able to fill these things up.
Okay. And then obviously the compressor right here.
Yep. It's our compressor here. A whole brand new compressor. Looks pretty simple.
I guess as far as for us, that's where it is.
Yep.
We don't really need to know this. I remember the old one, doors up, same thing with this one.
Yep.
Once we're running, doors are up. Make sure it doesn't overheat.
Yep. Yeah. Same way. Those compartment doors have to be open in order to operate the compressor.
Will it fault? Will it have a fault if they're closed, or is it just like you better make sure the doors are up?
I think there's a fault. I've seen a fault in it,
Okay.
but we've just left it open. Yeah, I don't truthfully know the answer if there's a fault or not.
Okay.
We haven't messed around in it enough to know, but everyone just kind of leaves the door open.
I know it's fresh. It just got back here, so still messing with it a little bit. All right, cool. All right, so back into the main part, the main reason why we're here for the mobile air unit itself, our cascade system. So obviously, it's 4 cylinders at a
it's
time.
4 cylinders. 4 cylinders that you can fill each time, or 2 at a time, but you can have 4 hooked up. That way, while you're putting 2 on and off, 2 are currently getting filled.
Okay. And then storage compartment. So obviously people loading, unloading, or loading cylinders, I guess.
Yeah, there's 2 trays there, so we can put them on either side. The previous air unit had SC base storage this whole area, so we only had 2 ways.
Okay.
So we opened it up. That way people could come and drop off cylinders on both sides, depending on traffic and terrain and things like that. So those are just trays that we could put down to put the used or filled cylinders. That way people can just hand it to us and they don't float around everywhere.
So as far as for the cascade itself and the storage capacity for the air, your compressed air that we're doing in here, how are we looking as far as like efficiency for filling these things? Because I know sometimes, you know, especially like when we go to the training academy, and at the end of the day after we teach the recruits, and we're like, oh my God, this thing's taking forever. What are we looking like with the?
So it's going to go as fast as we fill it. So if we open this full blast, obviously it's going to fill the airs, but it will fill it fast. In terms of the cascade, it's kind of like a banked system.
Okay.
But the compressor keeps up with them. That all 4 of them are open right now.
Okay.
So we filled a bunch of cylinders trying to get it down. So it maintains right around 6,000 PSI. It starts to refill at 56.
Okay.
We've tried really hard to get it down below that portion while filling normal cylinders here, and we haven't been able to. So the compressor keeps up really well with it.
So
Works
we're not,
really well.
we're not going to be waiting like we have in the past, as far as at least with the old system. I know that the academy had it. I haven't worked too much with the new one, but essentially, as fast as you can fill them, but this will not run out of air. So we're not going to have that lag time of waiting for things to build back up.
Right.
So that's good. That's real good.
Yeah.
Keep you guys on scene.
Oh yeah, and it's automatic now. So the compressor is automatic now. Filling is still manual. It's not like the new system in the academy that is all automatic. This is still the compressor itself is automatic. Filling them is manual. So as long as the compressor is turned on, all you're doing is watching the cylinder fill, and the cascade banks are filling themselves. We're not even having to worry about touching that or doing anything with it.
Good.
So.
Right. So yeah, so we essentially, you don't have to hot fill them. You can kind of take your time, obviously pending how many cylinders we're looking at on an incident. All right, so one cool thing that this has that we didn't have before, and I don't even know if any units in the county have it yet. Right?
They had an air pressure line on it previously, but basically filled tires, airbags, kind of thing like that, but not in the capacity that we have now.
Okay, so now we pretty much have a EBSS line, which the lieutenant has said there is nothing written. We don't have any directives or anything so far on how this may be utilized yet, but obviously, as you can tell, it could possibly offer some capabilities. We're just kind of not on that page yet, since this thing is just so new.
So this is basically so this is a 200-foot airline that we have, and it has 2 connections now. It has our current EBSS connections that works with our current Scott packs, and then the UEBSS connections, which is now a universal set of EBSS connections. So it's my understanding that when we go to new SCBA standards changed, so everyone has these universal connections now instead of these. So why that's important to us now is I'm pretty sure PG County is already with these universals. So
really?
They can hook up to this and we can hook up to this.
Okay.
It's the same way that we have set up on our fastback. We're the only truck in the county that has this fastback with this connection on it. Same kind of setup. So we can hook up to anyone who has the universal connections as well as ours. So basically 200 feet of airline that we can go somewhere. So digging, you know, along the lines of like Baltimore City had the Striker Street fire, someone that needed continuous air for so long, we can supply them on this. They can breathe directly off the air unit. I think Special Ops has the same connections. If they do, they can also use that too. So yeah, this is thought process behind here is obviously Special Ops component, but then some sort of rate or mayday operation if needed, right? Just an additional thought process. The core reel already existed, so might as well make this thing useful.
Sure.
So somebody can breathe directly off this. We've tested it. You can hook your regulator directly to it without your SCBA, and you can breathe right off this system. We've hooked it up to an SCBA through the Buddy whip system, and it works just as normal. You control it from inside. Same thing happens. We're controlling around 100 PSI. Anything higher will automatically kick up the vibra alert, just like we do in the normal SCBAs. So
it's regulated through the cascade system.
So a manual regulation. So we have to actually control the we actually have to control the air, regulate it down to 100, 105 psi.
Right.
If it goes to 110 on the gauge, it does activate the the vibra alert. So as long as it's around 100 psi, you can breathe off this for as long as you need, really.
Okay.
So and we've tested with the Fastpack too, having 2 different people hooked up to each connection, and that's worked too. So you can operate more than one person off this too.
Okay, so you can have multiple people off that.
Yeah, you can have up to 2. There's other workarounds, but yeah. And we also use this to fill the Sumar tent too, Ken. There's like 4 different ways that we can fill the tent. This is one of the ways. So we've had an adapter made to help us fill that tent as well if needed.
All right. All right. So now, as Lieutenant was just talking about, we have the big Sumar tent.
Yes.
Right. So unfortunately, this thing takes quite a few people, right?
Takes
and a lot of room.
Yeah.
To do, but essentially this is what we're going to end up using if we need decon, rehab.
Yeah, it's more so
like
interior rehab type tent, not necessarily for decon. It's a place for us to get out of the elements if needed.
Okay.
When we filled it up, when we first got it, it basically takes up the entire space of an ambulance. So it's rather large. It fills with either an electric pump, or you can use an SC-based cylinder, or like I mentioned, you can use the onboard system to fill it. Okay. So 3 different ways that we can fill it. But yeah, it's a big tent that we can use to get people out of the element. Us and Area Unit 33 will have it. That's the only thing that's not on Rehab 726. Everything else rehab-wise, like I said, should be relatively the same.
Okay. And then I just see footwear.
Yep.
What is?
Yep. So decon, if we need to get in any kind of decon or whatever, there's just some county issued Crocs that we can.
I was going to say fresh Crocs. Make sure they don't go anywhere. People will be taking them.
Yeah. So there's 2 bands, different various sizes.
Okay.
And then this is just more decon equipment that we can use. Some brushes, garden hose, so we can rinse screws off if needed.
Right, just an adaptable, obviously, to our. We have adapters for us. So, all right. Then, what else do we have?
So we have big gear racks.
Okay, just hanging.
Yep.
Contaminated gear, or
yeah, so we can hang turnout gear. Yeah, so we have a way to hang turnout gear here. Just a box full of hangers.
Okay.
That we can hang turnout gear here during rehab if needed. Just another tool that we have on this thing.
Okay. All right.
And then box of blankets and a box of Tyvek suits for whatever reason we might need those. So those are also on there. Just some different filling equipment. So just different stuff that we use to fill the Sumar tent, whether we're using the cylinders or onboard air system, and then the normal tube from the motor. Just accessories for the Sumar tent, and then just weights, and then we have 2 10x10 tents. Thought process is
just pop-up tents.
Just normal top pop-up tents.
Okay.
The two-bar tent is pretty well enclosed on a hot summer day. I think it's going to be pretty warm in that thing, even with some air movement. So we got some pop-up tents, hopefully give some shade, give people some cooler space that's not necessarily this, just another tool depending on weather.
So inevitably, we're probably looking at something with that Sumar tent being set up that's going to be a large-scale incident more so than just some basic rehab situation.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of new stuff on the air unit. Thank you, Lieutenant, for taking the time and effort to upgrading this thing. We know it was really in need. Hopefully you guys don't have to use it too much. I know you probably won't be using it too much, but at least your guys. Yeah, we'll see it around. Now, they're going to take 33's air unit out?
Yes.
Are you on a committee for that as well, or is that just going to be something completely different? Or
I've gotten some emails. I don't know if it's a full committee. I think that is just being rehabbed. I think just the compressor filling station is being rehabbed to max this.
Okay.
And then the inventory is being changed to do this. I'm not on that committee.
Okay.
Very similar work that actually just got taken out. I saw it up at CMF yesterday.
Okay.
They're offloading all the SCBAs. So the inventory should match. Obviously, the vehicles are different. The boxes are different between the two, but the inventory should be the same between them.
All right. So pretty big upgrade for Air 716 and soon to be for 33. Thanks a lot.
Yep,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for coming.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And it's next time because I'm here.
And you're here.
So
And we can actually hear you this time.
yeah, you can hear me. Yeah, I didn't get finished with the squad video, and I'm just
Not
waiting.
trying to interpret your sign language.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's the new mobile air unit, and it obviously is a big upgrade from what it was,
Yeah.
and definitely needed. So I guess we'll maybe be seeing it around maybe when it's not as so hot out when we run these incidents with just getting dispatched for that as opposed to the rehab unit. Make sure I
Right.
say that right, but we'll figure that out. But
Yeah, we wanted to provide at least the capability to do some decon and rehab with the air units, just
Sure.
in case the rehab unit itself wasn't available or these were closer. So there's definitely options to get people comfortable and out of the weather with these. It's not quite as good as an air-conditioned bus, but
yeah,
It's
yeah,
something,
no, I
right?
mean, sure, yeah, and I mean, when you're going on incidents, I mean, the air unit's going anyway. If to the point we're gonna have to start filling cylinders, so
Yep.
I mean, why not?
Yep.
Give it a 2-for-1, right? So,
Absolutely.
had the space.
So I got to give some folks credit. So Silver Spring Volunteer Fire Department donated the box
Okay.
for use. So appreciate that from them. That was a very cooperative effort. And when I approached them about it, they said, sure thing, no hesitation whatsoever. So Crew Chief Danny Dean, did a lot of the mechanical stuff. And
Danny, I miss him. I haven't seen him in a while.
yeah, great
Floating around.
great dude.
Floating around a second now. I haven't been on the tower to bring it up and tell him what I broke again. So.
Right. He probably appreciates it.
Yeah, right.
But that's a new PTO generator.
Okay.
Instead of the old diesel one. So one of the complaints from the old one was, it was basically dirty, right? Like not only the motor, but the generator itself just,
Right.
pretty dirty. So this is much more better.
Most of them are going to that, aren't they? Are we seeing more PTO generators on
yeah.
on rigs? I mean,
Yep.
I don't know if that's the reason why, if it's cost or whatever, but it seems.
It's probably less maintenance.
Yeah.
Although Danny might disagree with me. We had some issues with the ones on the tower, but
Yeah, well, we hardly
we got
hardly
through
use
it,
them
right?
anyway. Yeah.
But the air unit definitely needs a generator to
Sure.
run that compressor.
Sure.
And then y'all talked about Air 33, so it's getting a new compressor. The compartments are getting reconfigured, and I think they're freshening up the paint job, but
Okay.
nowhere near the scope of what happened with Air 16's remount.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. They are getting a whole new compressor it's
Yes.
probably be somewhat like this one?
It'd
or-
be identical to it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was checked off on Air 33, and that one was a little. I feel like it was a little finicky sometimes, so I don't know. But
Yeah, it was a different brand, and you know, again, all credit to Buddy Rogers over at the Air Shop, he's been instrumental in replacing compressors around the county. There was a capital project to do that, so the air unit compressors were part of that, which is awesome. But he was having trouble getting parts for the one that was on 33, so that was why
Yeah.
we chose to go ahead and replace it.
yeah, yeah, and this one, like I said, this one's seems pretty simple, easy to use to figure out. So
Right.
yeah,
And then I think the fellows at 16, Lieutenant King and his folks, you know, he actually designed the layout of that fill panel. You probably can tell me the old one was a little convoluted.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, you know, for the most part, not until the in the later stages did we get checked off on it, because you know that was Bob's baby. So then trying to figure it out after, you know, we didn't have him anymore. Yeah, it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but
Yeah, this one's a lot simpler, a lot more intuitive, easier to use, and so yeah, like I said, I think it turned out really well.
all right.
Let's see.
Got any?
Some questions. Is Fleet looking at expanding rechassis programs to ambulances? And I could say that I don't want to steal Chief Pezos' thunder, but I would say that it's not just ambulances anywhere that cost savings, but
Right.
not compromising on quality and capability
Right.
can be achieved.
Right.
And that would be under consideration.
Right.
And the old, so we just took the MABs out of service. So MAB 26 became Rehab
Rehab,
26.
Yeah. Rehab now.
Rehab.
So I
And,
was scolded earlier.
actually got to give credit to Chris Riley, who stripped out all the, if you recall, there was like all these bunk or
It was there was
cots
like
and
like they were like stacked in there or whatever. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
so
do
he
remember that.
he removed all that and configured it and cleaned it up, and it's really nice now. And
I should have
but-
looked in it. I was there yesterday. I didn't
yeah,
think I could have took some shots for you guys, given to these guys. I could put it out there.
that would have been good. Maybe next episode.
My bad. Yeah, no, next detail. Next
Right.
detail. I'm 26. Yeah.
But the MCSUs went out of service as well. The hazmat team is reconfiguring them for some usage there. So very low mileage vehicles. So didn't want to just throw them away.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to put them in some kind of use. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So
All right.
that's what I got.
That's all you got?
That's what I got.
All right. That's all I got. So,
Oh,
if
just one more shout out. The guys from 1075 gave me a sticker.
oh yeah,
There you go.
Yep.
Got some swag. So
I got
thank you
mine
guys.
too, and that's what I told them. I said that maybe they can start making some swag, and we can.
Right.
I can wear that. I can wear their T-shirts on here. We can just
There we
kind
go.
of hang out and have coffee mugs and all that as we're sitting here shooting a breeze. So it's coming.
It's coming. All right.
all
Thank you
right.
very much. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys. We appreciate it, and I don't know. We'll see you next time when we think of something else to yap about. Take care.